Hello. Hello, 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 hello. The clicker here. First few minutes clicking ads off and God knows what. Hey, Beattie. That's who it is, Beattie. John Beattie. International Director of the British People's League. It's another cold one here, folks. Don't know how it is where you are, you viewers. Sun shining bright, but cold as hell. However, the good news is the forecast for at least 14 days, it's slowly going upwards. Slowly, slowly, slowly. So, hey, the sun's shining. See, there's a little clicker on the back of my head that said Beattie, positive, positive. Okay. Our friends call me John. Enemies call me lots of things. So how are you today? March the 3rd, 2014. Dinosaur News. Dinosaur News brought to you today by the British People's League. Couple of days off. Couple of days to assess and think about the shows. I'm pleased. Oh, I get a bit boring sometimes and drag it out a bit. Well, you never know when I'm going to jump into a wild mood, so I guess you hang on, and that's part of the parcel if you care to view the show. And the listenership is slowly building upwards. I'm pleased that a new subscriber to the official John Beattie channel, so that he gets the these videos direct. As soon as I hit upload, bang, the regular subscribers get it right off the bat. And a few worthy on the blind list, but otherwise I'm not taking the time to send out the list here and there and everywhere of these videos. If people are interested by now, then they should take the trouble to click in. Those that care will click in, and those that don't. That's the way she goes. So the thing to catch my eye, first off, is to stop saying so much. I'm sure there's some out there get fed up with me saying that word over and over. The big item within our circles, and as steady viewers know, Dinosaur News is for news within our peoples. The outside world news is there. Everybody can read it and see it and feel it. Think about it, yeah, whatever. Okay, so the big news in our circles, I say very loosely the word our, because as on a video last week, there's a big difference between a white nationalist and a white patriot. Big difference. However, in the sake of unity, and to get a message across to the rest of the world, no matter how small this effort may turn out to be, it is the beginning of something big, in my opinion. And that is a white day of protest, a white day of white pride coming up. The Ides of March, March 15th, the Ides of March, as did in the other show on the 21st. The show on the 21st, I made it clear. The soothsayer this time is warning about what the white people are going to do when they rise up. Oh, all legally, of course. The soothsayer warned Caesar as he was parading along, beware of the Ides of March. Beware of the Ides of March. And of course, in the Ides of March, Caesar got stabbed in the back. Well, when the establishment, the crooked establishments in the motherland, in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, there's no incitement for white people to do any stabbing in the back. When we protest, it'll be up front, like the people of the Ukraine. Up front, in your face, holding our signs or whatever. But just the same, it's very ironic that the Ides of March would be chosen. I've always loved that caption out of Shakespeare, the soothsayer, the Ides of March. And this time it's the beginning of something big. Now, something big can be started off small. Now, I know for a fact there's some young people in Britain that are going to have some banners around. There's different groups in the States and whatever. And it would please this boy if it was just kept to, white unity around the globe instead of... frankly, I'm sick and tired of the white right in the States. On and on. Churchill this, Churchill that, Churchill this, Churchill that. As if Hitler was a saint. So anyway, I emailed a good friend today and pointed out that American whites just don't get it. Nationalists, they just don't get it. You're never going to turn the average working bloke in the motherland or Canada or Australia, you're never going to turn them against Churchill. So why do you bother? I didn't think I was going to get into that at the start, but it's just there so often. So I really, unfortunately, am withdrawing a lot of my information from the white right in the States, because every other email or discussion that pops up to, how many years ago? 1939? This is 2014, and I'm excited about the Ides of March coming up, when white people around the globe, young and old, can do something. All this boy can do is the shows here and promote the Ides of March coming up. And I know we have enough people that get these shows in Britain that it should enthuse them, and across our fair domain here in Canada. So what's the protest going to consist of? Well, there may be banners, there may be signs, there may be pickets, there may be mini marches, there may be radio shows, but it's to be united, global, worldwide, White Pride Day, white recognition. Okay? Now, hypocrite that he is, Beattie boy. I shelled World War II long ago, but just as the soothsayer out of Shakespeare can be quoted, there are some stirring passages, some one-liners, some dead-on points from Sir Winston Churchill that can be as applicable today as to the Muslim invasion and the multi-cult invasion as anything Churchill said back way when. So I would like these slogans to stir our peoples, our British Canadian patriots, our motherland patriots, Aussies, Kiwis, courage is the first of human qualities, because it is the quality that guarantees all the others. Courage is the first of human qualities, because it is the quality that guarantees all the others. The problems of victory are more agreeable than those of defeat, but they are no less difficult. The problems of victory are more agreeable than those of defeat, but they are no less difficult. Now for the winner, Sir Winston Churchill. If you will not fight for right when you can easily win without bloodshed, if you will not fight when your victory is sure and not too costly, you may come to the moment when you will have to fight with all the odds against you and only a precarious chance of survival. There may even be a worse case. You may have to fight when there is no hope of victory, because it is better to perish than to live as slaves. Doesn't that apply now to the white race being swapped around the globe? The genocide of the white race, the assimilation, the constant machinations by those who would mix us all up, whether it's TV ads or whatever, always showing the multi-cults mix, mix, mix. Let's hope that white pride is shown, white courage, white concern, the Ides of March. I'm going to repeat that paragraph of Sir Winston Churchill. If you will not fight for right when you can easily win without bloodshed, if you will not fight when your victory is sure and not too costly, you may come to the moment when you will have to fight with all the odds against you and only a precarious chance of survival. There may even be a worse case. You may have to fight when there is no hope of victory, because it is better to perish than to live as slaves. You ask, what is our policy? I will say, it is to wage war by sea, land, and air, with all our might, and with all the strength that God can give us. To wage war against a monstrous invasion, never surpassed in the dark, lamentable catalogue of human crime. That is our policy. You ask, what is our aim? I can answer with one word: victory. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terror. Beattie throwing in here the terror in the streets of Bradford, the motherland, the streets of Birmingham, the streets of Leeds, where the multi-cult is the most conglomerated, there are the most bloodshed murders. The suburbs of Toronto, Canada. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory however long and hard the road may be. For without white victory, I wonder if I slipped the word white in there. For without white victory, there is no survival. We shall not flag or fail. We shall go on to the end. We shall fight on the seas and on the oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. Doesn't that describe what's going on in the cities in the motherland today? You just have to click on the crime situation in the United Kingdom. Who's kidding who? Everyone knows it. We shall not flag or fail. Well, these words better stir us up, because this is a point, as we all know, week after week I go into the third week here today. We are being smothered to death. The memory of our ancestors to be passed on to our youth. And the youth, it's not hopeless. The young fellows that are going to take some action, the Ides of March in the motherland, right on, mates. Good on you. There's lots of young people with us. We shall not flag or fail. We shall go on to the end. We shall fight on the seas and the oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence. And I'm getting there, we shall fight in the oceans. Well, the Aussies are fighting in the oceans. They're picking up the illegal immigrants from their rickety rafts and just taking them right back in Indonesia and dumping them back on the beaches. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight in the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. Sir Winston Churchill. So if any multi-cults click in just to keep tabs on us, I hope those words sunk in. And that's our motherland we're talking about. I'm talking about those in the British Canadian phone books and the small villages across this country. The Legion halls are filled every weekend. Yes, I know they're not getting enough young people, etc. But the loyalty to our constitutional monarch, to our British heritage, is there in every Legion hall across Canada and in the motherland and in Australia and in New Zealand. Is it that bad? Well, of course it's that bad. What do you, as I say in other shows, what's white flight all about? White flight. I was thinking of the flight of the bumblebee, the way these YouTubes spread. It's fantastic. You click in and you spot the YouTubes. They're just like a bumblebee. They're just everywhere. It's fantastic. So the word is getting out. And we're pleased to do these broadcasts. Sure, there'll be days you can tell I'm a bit weary. Well, we all have a job to do. I packed in my 20-year job, and now we have this job to do. Fighting for the survival of our heroes, our memories. The great discoverers of our white race, along with our European cousins. The musicians. Oh, we know the score. We're here to enlighten you that you're not alone in your basement apartment or your pensioner's room. We're on a roll. And this Ides of March idea, whoever's idea it was, I give them full credit. It's going to spark something big, especially as it becomes annually known. Well, today is March the 3rd, as we've said, and that pretty well ends on an upbeat note, the broadcast for today. We'll be back at you tomorrow, Tuesday, March the 4th. And do keep the emails coming in. That keeps you pretty busy in between these broadcasts, let me tell you. That, just chit-chat amongst our blind list, good people. BritishCanada@gmail.com. BritishCanada@gmail.com. And, of course, a plug for our real brothers and sisters with the Candor League. Candor, C-A-N-D-O-U-R, candor.org.uk. Okay, folks, so we'll talk at you tomorrow. God bless each and every one of you for listening. And again, thank you to the new subscriber. Enjoy.